Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Brazil time, and it's time for class. As usual, as every Wednesday, we are here once again. We have a very special class today. We are in the middle of a very special week, actually. So, got a lot coming up tonight. I will explain everything to everybody in a few minutes. Let's wait for everybody to arrive. And for MC, my partner, all the way from Canada, to get here too so that I can invite her in. Hi, Leila. Welcome. Welcome to class. Hi, Priscila. Hi, Dirceu. Let's give a warm hi to MC. Hey, partner.
Hello, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
A little tired, I must say, but that's okay. That's part of the game.
And why would you be tired this week of all weeks?
I, I don't know. I don't have the answer. It's like I cannot even list the number of things that we were doing, right? And
Yes,
it's all because of you, not you. You.
not me. You. That's right. We are in the middle of Fluent at Work Week, and we decided to bring this topic because it's not just a topic that affects, everybody who is participating in the event, but it's a topic for everyone. It's a topic that I constantly hear people complaining, people frustrated, because they cannot stop translating in their heads and they feel like that is a barrier, and it is to the 2% English. So we're going to talk a little bit about why it's a barrier, and we are going to get into details. I will tell you everything that I use, that I recommend to my students that they use to stop translating, and that really, really is really functional techniques that you can start using tonight, tomorrow, and really break that habit of translating in your head and using Portuguese, which becomes a barrier. So let's see. Hi, everybody. Hi, Henrique. Hi, Fernando, Mila, Silvia, Vinicius. Hello, hello. Let's get started, all right? Let's see here. What do I have for you tonight? Okay. So the inspiration for the topic came from class 1 of Fluent at Work Week. If you are participating in the event, go there and watch class 1. If you are not, just so you understand, we talk about the mistakes first to fix, to redecorate the house. We have to get everything that is old that we're not going to use anymore and, clean it up. So that's what we do in class 1. And one of the mistakes is translating. Now, why is translating a mistake? MC, I explained in class. Remember, I told the story about Mateus, my nephew, and I'm gonna give very quickly. The thing is, this is a big problem, and I explain, in details. I go all the way, uh, in inside the problem, giving reasons, explaining why. So I'm not gonna do that tonight. If you're not participating, go there, watch class 1. You will understand everything. Tonight is more about what to do, not about why it's a problem, all right? Now, MC, do you see the situation happening with Brazilians when they start speaking English and then they freeze and they are trying to look for the word and then immediately, what comes out? Do you feel like it's a little strange when that happens? Can you recognize those moments?
Yes, I can. Some people they don't have a problem with that. They just go with English and the mistakes that they make. It's clear because it's on the English side of the brain. Let's put it this way, just to make things
Mm-hmm.
easier. But some other people they are thinking in Portuguese the whole sentence. And what's the problem with that? Sometimes they don't know the specific word and they get stuck. And it's funny because sometimes they look at each other or look at me or look at someone like randomly. How can you say that in English? And then it's like, well, that word, maybe that specific word, if you free translate in English, it won't work. So it's like the whole sentence would need to be modified. And it's funny because then you get stuck for no reason. Sometimes it's like, well, just express yourself in a different way
Mm-hmm.
according to your vocabulary in English, but don't don't worry. Sometimes it's not going to be even the same structure if you're considering what we're trying to say.
Yeah, and I want to invite you all. The first step to fix a problem is to recognize the problem. So let's put, let's put our, let's say, our fears aside and write it in the comments. Is this a problem for you? Do you struggle with translation in your head? Are you thinking in Portuguese when you wanna speak English, and do you feel like it's a barrier? Write it in the comments. All right, we want to know if you feel that this is a problem for you, and if you want to change it. We will try to make the case and tell you why it is a problem, but I just want to make sure that it's clear. Translating can help you in certain situations, but here at Fluent for Real, we are not talking about basic. We're not talking about English for travel, English as a tourist. We're talking about people that need English to prove their competence, to show how well they can do their jobs. The 2% English, the English that very few of us Brazilians, unfortunately, speak. We want to expand that group. So when you think of that result, which is everything that we are always thinking about, every class that we prepare, every topic that we talk about is aiming at that. So if you want to reach that English, that 2% English, this is what we're talking about. Translation is not an option. All right? It's not. Thinking in Portuguese is not the option. So that's what I mean, So let's reach that 2% English, cutting out translation from our heads, okay? Leave it in the comments here. I want to see. Leave an emoji like, yay, let's stop translating. I want to do it. This. I don't know what else. What kind of emoji? The punch. And the thumbs up. Whatever you want, okay? Leave an emoji if you are willing to change, if you are willing to stop translating. Okay, Anna said she wants it. Anna, welcome. Welcome. She's a brand new follower. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so the bottom line is that, okay, let's work with that result in mind, the 2% English. So we got to stop translating. Now, bad habits are hard to break. New habits are hard to build, but they're not impossible to do. That's what we're here for, to make your life easier, okay? If you want to break it, leave an emoji. The emojis are coming up. All right. First of all, let me give you a little bit of a strategy. MC, if you've never heard this one, this is a recent one. I found it very interesting because our mind plays tricks on us very frequently. And then I saw this like psychological technique that can help you kind of like not listen to the little voices in your head that are trying to control you, And then someone said, it was a TikTok that I received from a friend of mine, from my cousin actually. And the tip was to name your mind. That little voice in your head that's trying to get you to think in Portuguese? You name that little voice. Someone comfortable. Yeah, someone that you like, that you love, but at the same time may, do some things you don't agree with every now and then. And that person in particular named his mind after a pet that he had. So the name was like Jimmy. I don't know. I forgot the name now. So in this, this way you distance yourself from that voice. You distance yourself from the impulse of speaking or thinking in Portuguese and trying to look for the word in Portuguese. So it's like, no, it's Jimmy. Jimmy is making me think in Portuguese. Let's ignore Jimmy. So that was a technique that I found really funny, and that could work for you, like it's not me, it's Jimmy trying to get in my, trying to control my English here. But no, I'm in control. I don't want to speak Portuguese. I'm thinking in English.
Jamie, not today, Jamie.
Not what? Not today, Jimmy. Not today. So that would be one strategy to stop translating and to this is something new. All right, this is something that I think makes sense. But I'll tell you that I'm going to put that to the test too. And I'll tell you if I like it. But the rest are tips that I have already used and I have already mentioned and gotten the feedback from real people, real students, okay? The first thing that you need to do is be aware of the importance and see it as the barrier that it is. Without awareness, and awareness is a concept that we're always talking about, right, MC? as
Absolutely.
fluent for real.
It's foundational.
Without awareness, if you don't think that what I'm telling you about translation is a problem, if you want to stick to translating, if you want to stick to thinking in Portuguese, I could come and have superpowers and I wouldn't be able to fix that or to help you or to change that in you. So you need to look, think, stop, and think. Does this make sense to me? Do I really want to change this about my English? Am I willing to let go of this bad habit? Am I, open to this? Am I aware of this, that I do this? This awareness is the first step. Recognizing that you do it, recognizing that you need to change it. That's the first step. Without that, maybe MC, you have heard people going like, I can't, this is something I can't stop doing. Have you ever heard someone say that? Like, I can't stop thinking in Portuguese. I need to translate in my head.
No, not really, but because I don't, well, I don't actually give unsolicited advice to people. Like, if they're doing it, it's fine. It's up to them. However, I see that some people don't even realize that this is a barrier for them to become more natural when speaking English. So that's the thing. It's like the like I said, the lack of awareness.
Yeah. Mauricio says he's been learning a lot with us. Thank you, Mauricio. Are you participating in the event? Are you attending Fluent at Work Week? Let us know if you are or if you are following here on social media. Thank you so much for the compliment.
Hey,
So
if
yeah,
you are, let us know here. Let us know. Let us know. We
yeah,
want to
let
know.
us
We
know.
want to know.
Yeah, we want to know in the comments. So basically, you have to realize, do you see it as a problem? If you don't, honey, I could talk to you. I could, make this class a 3-hour class and it wouldn't work. So first, I think that many students don't realize how powerful they are. You need to understand that the power is very much in your hands. A teacher can tell you a bunch of things, but if you don't think they're going to work, if you don't really see the point, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make the change. And the change has to come from you, the second point of awareness. Okay, so we have, okay, being aware of when it happens. First, you are aware of if it happens, and then when it happens. Tell me here in the comments. Let's think for a second. Self-assessment. When do you see yourself translating in your head? When do you see yourself looking for Portuguese to speak and write, to produce language, okay? Those are usually the moments that this appears the most. So when you are trying to speak and Portuguese comes and you can't think in English, you need Portuguese, or you can't speak at all because you are stuck in Portuguese. When? Can you see yourself and when? Leave it in the comments. I will list a couple of moments that I see this happening with my students, but you can also maybe give me more, maybe I'm not that, in. I don't really know exactly everything that happens in your brains, all right?
When
Leave it in the comments.
Jimmy in charge, now forget about it. I don't even want them to name each, each person assigning a name for their own, I want to speak Portuguese kind of thing. Now everyone needs to be Jimmy. When is Jimmy coming into play?
When does your Jimmy come in? When does your Jimmy come? When does your Jimmy, want to be the boss of you? When does that happen? I love that. Okay, so we're going to start using that from now on.
No, I don't care anymore. Like, it's Jimmy for everyone. When is your Jimmy? When is your Jimmy coming to play?
Well, most of the time in situations of stress, in situations of anxiety where you are nervous, maybe you need to talk to someone who is really important, like your boss overseas, or a possible boss, an interview, a job interview, or a client that just sent you an email and that client wants to talk to you on the phone and you're like, oh my God, I've never talked to a client from another country on the phone. It could be so many things. When do you feel that? Situations of stress, That's one. Because Portuguese is okay. Go ahead, MC.
I have since you asked, I was here trying to figure out when my Jamie was like dominating my mind. And Monday morning is the answer for me. Because
Monday morning.
I speak a lot of Portuguese during the weekend because here at home both of us speak Portuguese, and sometimes we get together with friends who also speak Portuguese. Not all the time we are around English speakers. And then on Monday morning, like I'm not a morning person, let's put it this way. And on top of that, it's like, okay, what is the why is Portuguese coming here? It's, you know, Jimmy, all Jimmy.
One of the points that I was going to mention is exactly that a long time without contact with English. So if you are one of those people that has, a meeting every month or every, 2 months, one encounter with the English language, and you do that, probably it's because of that break. So maybe you can relax a little. If you are aware of the problem, awesome. But the only way to really stop it and fix it is to have more practice, is to have, is to create your own practice. We talk so much about practice in class 2 of Fluent at Work Week, which came out this morning. I really, really wish everybody would go there and watch because it's so rich. We give you those tools there. But anyway, so here I'm just going to summarize using speaking exercises, speaking practice to keep your English warm, to keep your brain working and going, so that you don't have this problem when you have a meeting once a month, in English. But probably chances are when you have that break, that's what happens to MC. Monday mornings are not that good, but then Monday afternoons,
It
yeah,
catches up.
you pick it up. Yeah, it catches up with its old condition or its best condition. So it's less worrisome. It's less worrisome than the other situations. Okay, so it's the whole hand sanitizer situation that happened with you, MC, coming to Brazil, spending a long time here, like almost a month, and going back and saying that you were using alcohol in your hands all the time, right?
I had, yeah, like alcohol in my hands all the time, and the joke was, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's a good thing. I don't see the problem with that. And then I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry, hand sanitizer. But that's one of the situations. And as I was saying about the stress situation, when you have anything like you have to do your best and you have to have your best English. Oh my God, it's very clear to me that sometimes in a situation of class, it's one thing. When you have to, face a meeting or something in real life, it's going to be a little bit different. So yeah, because Portuguese is more comfortable. It's your mother tongue. It's like safe. So your brain, Jimmy, automatically goes to Portuguese. Say, hey, Jimmy, no, you're not helping me by going to Portuguese, Jimmy. Please don't go there. Stay with me. Stay here. So
Not
situations like
today, Jamie. Not today.
not today, Jimmy, because you're not helping me, Jimmy. You're actually getting in the way. So along with the long time without speaking English, there is also the little practice speaking. You may be in contact with English, reading, listening, watching, and you think that's going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. You have to produce language, speak English in order to be it's like your muscles need to be exercised to keep fit, to be strong. If you spend a lot of time without speaking, only listening, watching, that's one of the mistakes. We also talk about it at Fluent at Work Week, the event that's happening this week. Go there, participate, link in bio if you want to join us. If you are attending, go and watch the classes. But you have to practice. And there are a lot of things you can do also in class 2. Oh my God. So many things that you guys, I hope you're not missing, because it's really cool. And the last time we did this was in January. So we don't
Yeah.
know when the next time will be also.
And building the muscle is hard. I won't say it's easy, but it pays off. Keep that in mind.
And once you build that muscle, it's hard.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah. Even if you do spend a little time, not practicing, maybe you hurt yourself, you can't practice for a while. When you come back, there is memory. The muscles remember. They remember, they do. So let's get a little more practical now. Practice. Okay, we talked about what we need to be aware of, what we need to, okay, antennas on for Jimmy. And now we're gonna go, okay, what can I do? Hands, put into action. What can I do? First of all, the input that you get, everything that you absorb has to be 100% in English. Why are you listening to Portuguese, trying to learn English? You need to break that. You need to make your English independent from your Portuguese. You got to separate the twins there. I'm sorry, you do. You got to break them apart. So the input, where do you get input from? Examples. A podcast that you listen to is input. Movies that you watch, TV shows that you watch, books that you read, technical books or fiction, non-fiction books, books that you're reading for pleasure or just to learn something else, something new. Okay, dictionaries. Now we get into something a little bit more in the learning side. Dictionaries. If you still use a Portuguese-English dictionary or an English-Portuguese dictionary, leave a little emoji here, a little book emoji in the comments. Let's see how many people still use it. And it's okay. We are here to learn. We are here to break bad habits. All right. I know that Jimmy is still in control. So it's okay. Leave your little book emoji if you still use dictionaries, English, Portuguese, or Portuguese, English, here below. I'm going to be waiting for the little books. Layla wrote, not on my watch, Jimmy. I love that. No pain, no gain. That's right. So basically, if you are using English Portuguese dictionaries, you are letting Jimmy take control. It's the English Portuguese that's taking control. No. English dictionaries. And I will tell you why in a bit, okay? What about the classes that you watch? If you're following us, you probably know by now that we don't use Portuguese in our classes. The only person that has permission to speak Portuguese here is Mary.
Mary the students, yeah.
Everybody loves Mary, even more than us, I think. I think she's more popular than us. Mary's on.
But I'm kind of jealous, but that's okay.
Exactly. But she's the only one that has that kind of, authorization. Vinicius said Google Translate. Yes, Google Translate also a bit of a problem. Dictionaries, classes. Our classes are 100% in English. Everything that we post is in English. If you are here, probably you like that, right? You want that. But maybe a part of you called Jimmy is telling you, I follow Fluent for Real. I watch the girls, but I'm also going to watch a class here that explains a lot of grammar things in Portuguese, translating the verb tense to Portuguese. No.
Google Translate, Vinicius said it all. I know people who have who has a tab open on the computer permanently and Google translating things all the time, yeah.
Trying to in order to
that's
write
okay, but I mean, try to get rid of that habit. It's gonna be very, very good for you.
And
get Jimmy out of the picture. Jimmy out of the picture.
And you know why? Let me anticipate something here. Just a sec. The fact that we get that input in English, in Portuguese. Why do we do it? It's easier to process a class in Portuguese than a class in English, right? We are an exception on the internet. We are an exception. Brazilians speaking English 100% of the time. It's more difficult for you to understand us. Fewer people can understand and can follow and want to process. And they're like, okay, let me sit and listen to English. Not about how much you know. It's about how much harder it is to listen to English. But there are 3 pillars to any effective practice. Effective practice of any kind. If you want to be good at something, if you want to be good at anything that you're learning, okay, new things. If you're learning a new language, learning a sport, learning how to play an instrument, learning something new, you need three things, okay? You need consistency. You need to have that frequently. You need to be focused on what you're doing. You can't be watching it, listening to your phone, watching your phone, at the same time WhatsApp, no, you need to be focused. Right now, are you focused? You should be. And third, the practice needs to be out of your comfort zone, okay? On the edge of your limitations. Your limitation is here. You got to be a little bit beyond that. You got to push yourself a little. If it's too comfortable, you're not going up. You're not evolving. You're not changing. So effective practice requires that you are on the edge of your limitations. And listening to English when you're watching a class is making you be in that position, you know, on the edge of your limitations, out of your comfort zone. Getting a dictionary and getting the definition in Portuguese is comfort zone. Writing, okay, I'm going to get to the output soon. Writing the explanation from the teacher. You listen to the teacher in English and you translate to Portuguese in your notebook. That's comfort zone. Of course, it's more difficult to listen and write in English, but that is already practice. You are producing language in English, forcing yourself to think and produce English. Besides the classes, we are still talking about input, things that you need to listen to, absorb in English. The last one is apps. When people ask me to assess, you know, to rate an app, oh, well, Renata, is this app good or bad? The first thing I do is, if it's in Portuguese, I'm not even going to open and play with it to see if it's good or bad, because it's against what I teach. It's against the way that I work. So no, apps that have translation, that teach you vocabulary in Portuguese English are going to get you stuck there. How are you going to stop translating in your head if you are surrounding yourself with Portuguese? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. You have to surround yourself with English. So is it clear, MC? Is it clear, everybody?
Clear to me.
So far, then, Laura is saying she uses the Cambridge Dictionary. Laura, recently I have been, it's my favorite dictionary too. I like the Longman Dictionary as well, but I think the Cambridge is kind of more like real life, updated. You know, it's got some very recent phrasal verbs and expressions. I really like it.
And when you Google, it comes up like one of the top searches.
It's one of the best for sure. So now what can you do? You know, when you are producing, okay, Renata, I listen to English, I watch movies in English, my apps are in English, great, but how can I produce language in English? You're right. The input is not enough. The input is the first step, surrounding yourself with English, but you still need to produce English. And how can you do that without translating? How can you get to that point, all right? First of all, you have to get out of your comfort zone by not giving Jimmy time to work. Jimmy is asleep. Jimmy is not working. And then you start speaking English, start listening to someone, and then you think. That's when Jimmy pops in. Don't give him time to pop in. Respond, speak before he pops. So listen to things, listen to everything that you're listening to faster. Speaking exercises, like we recommend at Fluent for Real, watch our event, watch Fluent at Work Week, and you will learn a lot of techniques that you can use to practice. But it has to be fast. It has to make your brain work in English without the time for Jimmy to step in and use Portuguese. Don't give him time for that.
Not speed. Today, Jimmy. Not today.
Speed is one of the secrets. I have a suggestion of an app that I personally use. I recommended this to MC a couple days ago, right, MC? On Google Chrome. It's called Video. Let me write it in the comments here. Video, speed, controller. It's an app that controls the speed of any video that is streaming, any video. You can get it like 3-4 times faster, you know, than the original speed. And it's really good. It saves time, and it makes your brain think in English as fast as you want it to, okay? So that's what I recommend for any video that you watch on YouTube, anything that you are streaming on Netflix also. But Netflix also has that tool, right? Any video, even if the website doesn't give you that option, like YouTube gives you that option, but some other sites don't. All right, so besides that, you're going to, everything that you write will be in English. Listen to your teacher, notes in English. Dictionary, notes in English. Grammar book, notes in English. Anything that you produce has to be in English. So your output will be in English, okay? And you will increase speed in your input and output when you are doing speaking exercises and when you are in the controlled practice, because in real life, that's the test. Let's see if it's working, because in real life, it's really hard for you to, oh, let me speak faster. No, you're not going to do that in real life, okay? You're going to do that when you are training for real life, so that when you get to the game, everything is already installed there. It's like a soccer player. Soccer player is not going to be thinking about every movement.
And Jimmy is out of the picture.
Exactly. So Jimmy has to get out of the picture when you are doing the speaking practice, a conversation class, a speaking exercise, so that in real life, you don't have to worry about Jimmy. That's the idea, okay?
And by the way, something that came to my mind, when you're writing and taking notes or etc., it's common not to know how to spell every single word. Don't let it get in the way. Just continue, keep on going, write down everything, and maybe mark all the words that you're not sure. Highlight or do something, so then you can, after you've watched something or studied something, you can go back and then review certain words to check the spelling. But just go for it. Sometimes it's like, whoa, that get with me, like names. Sometimes I'm like, I have no idea how to spell that name. Just go.
True. That's a good tip.
Check later. It's fine.
Some of the things that can get in the way of, like, oh, it's not perfect, I don't know how to do it, and then you stop and then you go to Portuguese. And you know, I've seen this happen to a lot of people, like throughout 15 years of teaching. I've seen a lot. I've seen it all, actually. So it's like learning in English, everything is in English, and then you get the notebook and it's all like Portuguese. Like, no. And then you understand why, when that person is trying to speak freely, spontaneously, you know, in a real conversation, there are those moments where, you know, nothing comes out because they're trying to look for the word in Portuguese. And, you know, when you build your brain on top of English, it's really hard to try to find the word in Portuguese. I have a hard time translating quickly because I don't want to translate. I want to speak English. You know, I'm not interested in translating things to you. That's not how some people work with that, right? Some people work with translation.
That's a training, by the way.
Yes, and it's a whole different ability, in fact, right? There's training for that. There's a whole different universe. But here we're talking about English for work, conversation, real life, meetings, interviews, phone conversations, calls, etc. So we need to flow. Our English needs to flow, not be completely frozen by, you know, stress, fear, Portuguese coming, Jimmy taking over.
And by the way, let me be your timekeeper. It's 9:37 or 8:37 Eastern time.
I was just about to wrap up, to finish. So just going back then, the points we mentioned. Points of awareness to pay attention to, start from them, and then fixing in the input and fixing in the output. These are basically the three main topics of the class, all right? If you want to get more details about techniques that you can use for the speaking practice to increase that speed and practice your speaking and get out of that translation of the Jimmy mode, go to our event, Fluent at Work Week, which is happening only this week, Fluent at Work Week, until Sunday. There is still time to join in for free. It's a free event, but it's only this week, all right? We dedicate so much to it. It's something that cannot happen frequently because it's a lot of dedication, you know, to the event. So just take this chance. Don't wait for the next time because we don't know when the next time will be. Truly, last time was in January. We are in August. So, you know, do the math. We don't know. We cannot promise that it's going to happen soon again. Awesome, guys. So let's break this bad habit. Tell us in the comments if you like the class, all right? Hit the little heart here if you like the class. And most importantly, believe that this can change. Believe that you can, with these tips, little by little, step by step, you can stop this bad habit and make your English flow and get closer, so much closer to the English that only 2% of Brazilians speak, the English that really opens doors to any professional challenge that you may have, that opens doors to all of your professional dreams, right, MC?
Absolutely. Who doesn't want that?
Yes. So thank you all for coming. Thank you, partner.
Thank you. And Vinicius, that answer is at Fluent at Work Week. Don't miss out.
Yes, Fluent at Work Week is already happening, okay, Vinicius? Link in bio, link no perfil. If you don't know what bio means, it's a little weird, right? Go to our bio, the link is there, sign up for free. Or ask us, send us a DM if you don't know how to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Great class as always. Oh, thank you, Olive Maria R. Thank you, Layla, so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oops, my phone was almost, okay. Bye-bye. Bye, partner.
Bye-bye. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you at Fluent at Work Week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.